there's also a lot of stuff happening, and we can't just stop at hot takes, because there's a lot of stuff happening with Superman, with Batman, with all the superheroes, but there's also stuff happening with Spider-Man. And there's a rumor going around that Tobey Mcguire is coming back. So can we talk about Spider-Man? This is coming right from the lips of Sam Raimi himself. And Sam Raimi was actually interviewed recently talking about Spider-Man. And he was like, not just any kind of Spider-Man, but Spider-Man 4, not Tom Holland Spider-Man 4, but Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Mcguire. And he was saying that, this guy was asking him, and he went forward to talk about it. He said, guys, there are chances of this happening simply because I have the same desire as everybody else to see this come through. But if it's going to happen, it will happen at the right time. And Tobey Mcguire came forward and said, I didn't think it was possible, but after jumping back into the multiverse, guys, I realized that anything is possible. And now I'm completely open to it. We had Spider-Man 4 hit the cutting room floor a long time ago, or I should say, it didn't even get that far. They're going to have Tobey Mcguire come back. They want to do 3 more. They want to do 4, 5, and 6. And 4, they're going to have the Vulture come in, and John Malkovich is going to play him. They're going to have Dylan Baker come back to eventually become the Lizard. They're going to have Anne Hathaway come in to be Black Cat. So they had a bunch of ideas moving forward for this that got done because money, and then Sony wanted to reboot because Kevin Feige said let's do something different. They went back and forth about it. So this never happened. Can it happen now? Do we want to see it now? I think there's a chance. I think it's confusing though to do this if you have Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland and Spider-Man 4 with freaking Mcguire. It makes no sense to me to have both. You have to call it something completely different. Maybe Spider-Man Resurrection or something like that. I don't know. Mike, what do you think? Does it make sense that we'd have Tobey Mcguire come back to have his own spinoff with Sam Raimi helming this again? Or are you guys like, guys, no, we don't want to see Tobey come back for his own thing? That doesn't make sense. It's too far gone.
I want them all back, Brian. I hated on Andrew Garfield for 2 movies, but then when I saw him in this latest iteration, what was the name of that Spider-Man, Brian?
No Way Home.
In No Way Home, when all the Spider-Mans came back home to the home dimensional web, I instantly needed to reevaluate my feelings about each one of the Spider-Mans. My wife and I rewatched all the movies, and they're all great. Honestly, even, the thing is, I bring up Andrew Garfield because even he was good in his own way, and I learned to appreciate what he brought.
I love Andrew Garfield, though.
The reason I'm bringing him up first is because Tobey Mcguire blows him out of the water. He was such a good Spider-Man.
I call bullshit on that.
You can. That's fair. You're gonna have a minute.
Oh, I can, and I will.
Here, maybe it's just because just has nostalgia, purposes back in my brainstem for me. But I liked, maybe 3 wasn't so great, but still the Tobey Mcguire
almost 900 million.
Vibe that I wasn't the only person.
895 million, man.
I had to see all 3 of those movies in the theater for sure. Although I did learn after the fact that Randy Savage is that he really damaged himself on the set when he was playing Buzzsaw.
Was it Buzz? Yeah, Buzz. I was trying to think of that name, Buzzsaw.
Yeah, he was in Buzzsaw. I don't remember which one of the movies that was in. That was in the second or whatever. But he hurt himself bad and gave himself an intractable injury. But that doesn't really have a bearing on whether or not I'd like Tobey Mcguire to come back. And also just the idea of kind of a more approaching middle-age Spider-Man. Honestly,
that could be cool.
In No Way Home, it seemed like he had the vibe of he was the more worldly, didactic, he had lessons to bring to these other younger Spider-Mans. So I think that I would love to see it, especially if he's engaged in a project with Sam Raimi, because I'm not feeling Sam Raimi for Doctor Strange, but just give him all the Spider-Man that you can. I'm about
it. Tobey I love Tobey was coked up. He was definitely dancing great in Spider-Man 3. We often joke about
the third time, Tim. That's the third time you said that. Do you have some hot goss for us here? Is that factual? Like, what's your sources?
Yeah.
Keep bringing up the coke.
He was supplying it, probably.
But I think I agree, Mike. Though the idea of like a truly middle-aged Spider-Man could be really freaking cool. And Sam Raimi, the combination coming back with him, and you bring Bruce Campbell in to be Mysterio maybe somehow too. Like, come on, guys.
Come on. Now you're approaching dream territory. That would be amazing.
They talked about it though.
They did. They talked about it. And now they're releasing all the other Spider-Man movies right now, like all of the Tobey Mcguire ones and the Andrew Garfield ones are coming to theater. I know Jake was looking into that a little bit. Jake, do you think something that Sony would want to do is bring Tobey back and have his own spinoff? And do you think the idea of bringing the movies back is foreshadowing this happening actually?
It might be a litmus test to see like how many people go back to the theaters to watch any of them again, and if there's interest brewing from that, then they'd probably move forward with it. But it's all too confusing for me still. So
what, all the Spider-Men everywhere?
Yeah, they're all over my house, and like they just don't know which one's gonna do what, and they sneak up on you, and it's
they shoot white sticky stuff at you all the time.
Yeah, you gotta look out for that. It's a mess, man.
You gotta watch out for that.
Yeah.
I think though, Jake, this makes sense. If you have Sam Raimi on board and you have Tobey wants to do it, and the numbers are so great for No Way Home, it seems like it's almost a no-brainer. But I keep hearing Andrew Garfield might pop in like all the sequel stuff, but Tobey be the one person they'd want to actually give his own spinoff. And this has been going rampant on the internet just because of this whole Sam Raimi thing, where it's like when the right time comes, it'll happen. And it's like, well, we'll have to wait and see about that. I don't know. Like, it makes sense to me. I love to see that middle-aged Spider-Man. It'd be cool. Sabrina, what do you think? Are you excited to see middle-aged Tobey Maguire come back and go pew, 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 pew one more time? Or do you think that Sony will be like, there's no freaking way. We got young-ass Tom Holland here who's hot as shit now on the box office, so he's our Spider-Man, and it's confusing as shit to bring you back for your own spinoff.
That's a lot of questions. Tobey Maguire was my least favorite Spider-Man in the No Way Home situation. I feel like he brought very little to the table. I thought Tom Holland was amazing. He had that whole Aunt May situation. I thought Andrew Garfield was amazing. I thought Tobey Maguire was kind of just there for me in the No Way Home movie. Now, if you would go back to, the original Spider-Man that he did with Sam Raimi that I thought was amazing, and I still think that kiss with him and Kirsten Dunst when he was upside down is one of like the greatest on-screen kisses of all time.
MTV
great movie.
also.
The first two were great. The second one was the third one was awful. Huh?
Oh, MTV thought so. They gave them
I don't
A best kiss or some shit.
kiss, some bullshit 30 years ago nonsense.
Stop whining.
Get out the here.
So you're all
whining?
by it, Sabrina?
It was me.
Slow you roll.
All right. Anyway, so whatever the fuck. Anyway, so the first two were good. The third one was horrific. I'm going to agree with the coked up Mcguire situation because that sidewalk dance and pointing and nonsense, it was a lot. And I watched it again and I was like, oh God, I can't even believe that I endured this the first time and I shut it off. No, I'm not really. I love Sam Raimi and I would like him to do okay. You're allowed your opinion too, Peppy. I don't have anything against Tobey Maguire. I just don't see it. I don't really care for it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I just don't. I'm here for Sam Raimi. I mean, if they got Bruce Campbell to come play Mysterio, I'd probably watch it. But if it's just, Tobey Maguire, I would definitely pick Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield over him to continue on and do a solo movie to be perfectly honest. I'd be cool with seeing them all together in a multiverse situation again. I just would not pick him out of the crowd. I thought he was the weakest link in No Way Home, honestly.
Yeah. I think it's funny, like Andrew brought like so much heart to No Way Home. You could tell like he just like went there. You could tell everything. He said everything without saying much actually too about what happened with Gwen and like afterwards and like how he stopped pulling his punches. And it was just really cool to see that. And Tobey, there's also saying the reason why Tobey didn't say as much what's been happening with his Spider-Man was because they had ideas as soon as he signed on that he might come back for another movie, and they delve into that in Spider-Man 4 as opposed to expose it all right now in this movie. And that's one of the reasons why he was a little bit more held back. That's what they're saying. That's the whole conversation I had with Sam Raimi a little bit. And I'm like, if that's true, that kind of makes sense to me. And, if we get to see like him and Mary Jane married now. How are they doing? Do they have kids? What's going on? Like how they do their taxes, right? If Sean were here, that's what we say. What's the state of the economy in his Spider-Man universe? Who knows? But for me, I'm like, I think that Tobey does bring us back quite a bit. And I know Sabrina, like Andrew would be great having, the Amazing Spider-Man 3, but I think they're not going to do that. The second one did so bad. I don't know. No more remakes in superhero movies, Tim says. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it just keeps happening. And finish something, they reboot it. That's what just happens. And nobody really wants it, but then at the end of the day, they'll get the dollar signs and the money.
Stop going to see reboots if nobody wants it. Like, we got to vote with our dollars, right?
Yeah, I know. That's what it comes down to. And I know, like,
there's a
Peppy
built-in
argues
audience
me all the time, too.
That's the thing.
There is.
Yeah.
It's always going to be that safe bet.
Horror movies too. Like people who like horror are going to go see any horror movie that comes out. That's a built-in audience. Like it's not as successful as the built-in audience that comes with superhero movies, but like people are going to go see those movies. That doesn't mean that everyone wants them, but people are going to see them.
Yeah, that's what happens. And that's why Marvel has made so much freaking money. And that's why DCU is like, why the fuck are we making so much money? Like we're trying so hard.
I like superhero movies, but there is so much material. Like, can we just like branch out? Can we like cover other characters? Can we do other things? Like, I don't know why we have to keep revisiting.
People. They bitch. They bitch when they branch out is the thing.
Well, because it's if it's not good, it's not done well. You have to do it well. And also when you oversaturate the market so much with all of this stuff and the TV shows and then the movies and another movie and then another TV show and then you have to watch it all, and it's like it gets exhausting. Like it's burnout, and then it can't all be good.
The connecting tissue of it all.
Yeah, like when you were doing it, like a movie and then another year, like 2 years go by, another movie, a year go by, another movie. Like it's different. But when it's like within 1 year, 3 movies and 2 TV shows come out, it's like, dude, it can't all be good. You can't focus your attention on all of that. So you're going to have a lot of crap in there and that pisses people off, especially if you built up an audience,
Bob Iger's reeling it back in, right? At least hypothetically.
He's trying.
For the Disney Marvel market.
Hypothetically.
He's working on it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Pep, you want to see this?
Nah.
Oh, he says no.
Thank you, Tim. 100%, dog.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know what Tim said. But yeah, there's so many A24. That'd be cool. An A24 Spider-Man movie. Can you imagine that shit? That'd be kind of cool.
That would be
I feel like A24 is getting a little bit studio-like now too. They're kind of shifting, unfortunately.
That happens.
It's it's really a bummer.
I think that overall, though, I think this is something that Sony could do. Dive back on Spider-Man. He is the original Spider-Man, and you got Sam Raimi wanting to do it. He's been working with Marvel. There's this connecting already. Then, if they have a conversation about it, Tobey wants to do it. I don't know. It could be fun. You just can't call it Spider-Man 4 because you already got Tom Holland Spider-Man 4. So you're getting into that DCU convolutedness a little bit, too. So I don't know. John Malkovich probably can't come back to be the Vulture. I mean, I'd love to see him as a Vulture, though. How could that be, man? Malkovich as Vulture. You already got Michael Keaton as Vulture, though, so it probably doesn't really work at this point, right?
Isn't Michael Keaton Vulture?
Yeah, he's already Vulture, so I just think fucking Malkovich is the man,
Why not?
Truth, Zach. I feel you.
Why not? But Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Mcguire might be happening. Sam Raimi's on board. Tobey Maguire's on board. I mean, I guarantee Amy Pascal's on board. Kevin Feige probably not so much, but we'll have to wait and see what happens, everybody.